Well, it's April 9th. It's a beautiful day to be out here. We still got snow, as you can see, out on some of the ground out here. I'm at the park. It's a beautiful day. I'm just happy to be out. And it's about 45 degrees, maybe 48. The snow is melting. The rivers are running. Here's the river. This is a beautiful time of year to be out. And all the tall grass out here that I'm going to metal detect is all laying flat, so probably won't be much out here, but hey, I'm just happy to be out swinging. So I'll get back with you if I find anything real good or interesting. I'll get back with you soon. Bye. Well, I got a signal here about 4 inches down, and it's in the plug here, so see. Yeah. It looks like it's a clad quarter for sure. $19.82. Yeah. I had a signal here that was blowing my ears off, and it coming up around the 88 to 90 range. I thought it was a tin can, but I don't know if you can see that. It's got a ribbon attached and some kind of neat metal. It's all brass and it's good size. I don't see anything on the back, but it's all brass. Pretty neat. I'll show you in the wrap-up. Well, I see the edge of it here. Looks like a piece of moldboard or plow or something like that. I'll get back with you, I think. Well, I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm back at the abandoned railroad siding. This was a narrow gauge siding that led down to, I don't know if you can see the track right there about in the middle of the screen. There's one, and the other one's right there on the other side of that tree. Well, this was used all the way up through to about 1930. It's a narrow gauge, and I think it was abandoned in 1955 or 1960. But this is where I found that 2-cent piece, but it was on the far end, which they tore up the ground on, building this bicycle path and stuff. So, but I'll get back with you if I find anything. Well, I got a signal here about 4 inches down, and it's in the plug here, so let's see. Yeah. It looks like it's a clad quarter for sure. $19.82. Yeah. Well, I was going to go out detecting this morning, but with this stuff on the ground, it's no fun. And it's April 15th. Joy, huh? Well, howdy. Well, here it is, April 18th, and I've gained permission to hunt this farmland. This is just a small 10-acre plot here. There used to be a house right up on this higher ridge, which is behind me here. It was tore down, I think, in 1946, the man told me. So we'll see what's here, but whether it's been graded down or not, I don't know. So I'll get back with you if I find anything good. All right. Well, I got a signal reading up to between 51, 52 one way. Pinpoint's about 6 inches deep right there. So I will dig it out. I'll get back with you. Well, my first target is this right here. And as you can see, I believe we have an old hammerhead. And it is quite old. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I'll get back with you if I find something else. Well, I got a good iron signal here. And I'll dig it out of there and let you guys see what it is. I don't know what that is. Let me clean it off a second. I'll get back with you. I don't know if you can see that or not, but looks like a nameplate or a plaque or something. It's got some filigree stuff in here. I'll let you, once I clean it up, you'll be able to see it better. Get back with you. Like it's part of a wheel drum or something like that. It's hard to say. Flat on one side and got these ridges on the other. And it was down there. Well, I had a 80 signal real deep, and it was only ringing one way, so I'm digging it, and now I've hit something. Now I've hit something on my pinpointer here, as you can hear. So I'll dig it out and see what it is. Uh-oh, hitting something big. Ah, beautiful. See that? That's a nice buckle. Nice. It looks like a horse tack buckle, but nice one. All intact too. Oh, I had about a 75, 77 signal, and let's see what it is. Probably another spoon. Oh, it's a fork this time. Oh, that's cool. And I see something else in there. Maybe I'm getting close to the homestead. And there's a piece of pottery. That's cool too. Alright. There is also a piece of lead shot in there, and that's probably where I was getting those little funky signals. But well, I see the edge of it here. Looks like a piece of mold board or plow or something like that. I'll get back with you, I think. Here it is, April 21st. I just wanted to show you there's still patches of snow in the woods. Get back with you later. Well, another day at the farm. We found this big old thing, and this was in this thing was inside of it, and of course I dug it all out, and I found it's a thatching rake or a hay rake, a piece of one, and the lantern part, and a buckle. I'll get back to you if I find anything else. Oh, I had about a 75, 77 signal, and let's see what it is. Probably another spoon. Oh, it's a fork this time. Oh, that's cool. And I see something else in there. Maybe I'm getting close to the homestead. And there's a piece of pottery. That's cool too. Alright. There is also a piece of lead shot in there, and that's probably where I was getting those little funky signals. But anyway, I'll get back with you on the next one. Well, I got that. I got down to it. There it is right there. And it's not silver, it's copper. And I think it's a memorial. Yeah, it's a memorial. And the date looks like 1978 or 75. I can't read it really. Well, I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm back at the abandoned railroad siding. This was a narrow gauge siding that led down to, I don't know if you can see the track right there about in the middle of the screen. There's one. And the other one's right there on the other side of that tree. Well, this was used all the way up through to about 1930. It's a narrow gauge, and I think it was abandoned in 1955 or 1960. But this is where I found that 2-cent piece, but it was on the far end, which they tore up the ground on, building this bicycle path and stuff. So, but I'll get back with you if I find anything. Well, hopefully you can see that right here. It looks like a nice shiny rim. Pull it out of there. And it is silver. That's my second of the year. Well, my first hunt of the year was not very productive. I didn't get a lot of coinage anyway and stuff, but hey, it was a lot of fun. You can see I got $1 worth of quarters, 61 Canadian, 4 nickels, 5 zincs, 10 or 12 coppers there. I did get 2 wheats, a 45, a 47S, and I got my first silver of the year, a 1940 plain mercury dime. And I got this type of thing down by the river there at the park, and then another sinker. And I got some bits and junk, of course. And here's that medallion a little bit closer up, and I think it's got something to do with reading or literacy or something like that. The back of it says nothing, so the ribbon was still on it. I don't think it's real old. And then when I left the park the same day, I went over and just to see the railroad site, and this is all I found. I don't know what it is. It might be a back of a rail thing. I don't know. This is the other side of it. A switch thing. Heck, beyond me. If anybody knows, let me know. It's not cleaned up very well. It hasn't been electrolysis, but that's the way it is. All right. Till next. Well, this is all the bits and bobs from the farm area, and it's a lot of metal to be pulling out of the ground there. This is that one thing I found. Don't know exactly what it is, and this was inside of it. So, and there's some square nails there. I believe this is a plow piece. This, I think, is an old rim from a tire. As you can see, it is curved, or a wheel anyway. And another bit, part of an old grate. I think this is a windshield off of an old Tonka truck. Narrow gauge railroad spike, and a hay rake, and a bit of another type of rake. There's that fork, I got three different buckles. I think I have one on film that I dug. I think it was this one here. None of this stuff has been cleaned up, guys, so just had the dirt knocked off of it. A chain with a clip on it, a fence post thing, another piece, it looks like an old soil pipe thing. This was onto this. This was half sticking out of the ground, so, and this is that one plate I thought was a car part, but it's actually a stove part. And of course the hammer. That's it. Well, I guess that wasn't it. I forgot to show you the piece of pottery that was also came up at the same time with this belt buckle. Looks like it's from an old big jar. This is the end of a spoon, and there's my bits of lead. Looks like one fired bullet, pretty good caliber, size caliber, that hit something, and the other pieces of lead and a little old 22 shell. That's about it now. Well, here we have the clad coinage and stuff that Axel and he let me use the Z-Track, and this is what I found. Well, anyway, there's I don't know, seven or eight quarters there, 15 dimes, 1 nickel, 21 pennies, copper pennies. There's the best of it. Anyway, here's this isn't cleaned up yet. This is 1951D wheat 46. There's 2 of those plain, 45D and a 44 plain. And I did get 1 silver, a 1947 plain. And here's a unique thing. I've never had this happen to me, but I'm sure you guys have. That is a Canadian penny, and that's all I thought it was. But on the back side of it, it was stuck, when I was cleaning it up, a dime. And when I break it open, as you can see, if the light's good enough, see how shiny that copper is there from where the dime was? And even the color of the dime is a little bit different where they were stuck together. So that's a little coinsville, a dime, a Canadian penny, and a US dime. Not real old, 1983 and a 1986.